This video has been building itself inside of my head for the past like 4 months. The reason for that is because I have to renew my license this year. And I want to maybe explain to you why this one will be so unique. Why getting this new license this year is so unique for me. To be able to fully explain myself and get you in the same headspace as I'll need to give you a little bit of background. Anytime I think about getting older, for some reason, there's one memory that pops into my head, and it was when I was driving to school, my first day of sophomore year, and pulling up to this exact intersection and looking this exact way. For some reason, this just is permanently etched into my brain. As I was waiting to turn left, I remember thinking, after this year, I have 2 more years left. That's it. That's the short little memory that I have to show you. But it's something that I still remember to this day. And I remember thinking from that point that it felt like that high school was gonna last an eternity, but of course it ended. It came to an end. The 18th year of my life was very different though. When I turned 19 and I started to look back on the past year and started to reflect a little bit, I realized that it had flown by, like substantially, not just a regular year, but like it had gone by a lot quicker. And I didn't know why. I'll get more into this here in a little bit, but first you should see how I looked when I was 18 years old. Here's my current license, and hopefully the first thing you realize is that I look nothing like the photo. This was 18-year-old me who had just successfully received his motorcycle license. Not that my hair looks good right now, but my dad would just put one blade on the clipper and then just buzz it, all one size. So that's why my head looks so round and I guess looks so different from now. So flash forward a little bit to me starting at UNI, the college that I went to. This is the ID that I received when I was 20 years old. As you can see, I still had the buzz cut, if you're still wondering. College wasn't really super tough for me, but I didn't really enjoy it. I was of course excited about the degree that I'd be getting, but not the countless hours of studying and staying up until midnight. Those were just not fun. As I started to get closer and closer to my 21st birthday, I remember not wanting to turn 21. I know everyone wants to turn 21 and it's super exciting, and it really is, and it was, but I still had this little thought in the back of my head of, I don't want to get older. And of course, you can't stop time, so eventually I turned 21. And when you turn 21, you should really think about getting a new ID, because then it clearly states that you're 21, you won't have any problems trying to get into any place, and the most prominent feature of a 21-year-old license is that it goes horizontal. So you go from being vertical to horizontal, at least in Iowa. Well, since I decided that I wanted to stay young and I wanted to feel young, that I wouldn't get that new license, because after all, it wouldn't expire until 2021, which is when I would be 25. And I distinctly remember thinking, that's 4 years from now, that is so far away. But here I am now. So here I am about a week after getting my new license, and while I'm not the most excited about getting older and turning 25, I am excited about one thing. With the current pandemic going on, it's insanely difficult to just walk in, get a DOT appointment to get a new license. So you can actually renew it online. So with renewing online, there's only one thing that you cannot change: the picture. You can't change the picture. This license will expire in 2029. I will be 32 years old with a picture on my license of that when I was 18 years old. That is a win. I'm staying young forever. So even though I'm not happy about going from my vertical license to my horizontal license, really it's just a part of life, and I've started to come to terms with that. And getting older is fun, of course. There's a lot more freedom that you get, just a lot more things that you can do on your own, because you're allowed to. So while the years will continue to go on and go by faster and faster, and one day you'll experience this too if you haven't already, the best thing that you can do is just pause and do exactly just that. Pause and realize that this is the present moment. Like just pausing right now in this video, you'll see it right now, to just look around, and this is the life that we're living. You have a past, a present, and a future, and both of the things are just kind of ideas. The present is really the only thing that you'll ever have. And while it's fun to wish about the future and want things to finally come your way, try to minimize that. It will come, and it will also pass. So I suppose that I'll just deal with getting older when I'm 32. I appreciate you being here. Take care.